question 6. Well, this will be the shortest of the questions to record. It's a geometry question. I be quite sure that some students will avoid this question because they'll see it's geometry and they'll just say, oh, I haven't studied that, or I haven't revised that, and they'll skip it. But I'm going to say I do think this is possibly the easiest question in the paper and the shortest. So we did leave it maybe just a little bit easy, just to show people that, look, geometry can sometimes come up as a very quick and short question. So if you're going for top grades, it's definitely one not to be just written off completely. In the diagram below, it says AB is parallel to DE. Show that the triangles ABC and CDE are similar to each other. So what do? We want to show they're similar. We need to show that there are three angles equal to each other in each of the triangles. So let me explain. So in this case, I'm going to start off and say, well, these two angles are equal to each other. Angle ABC, the measure of that, the size of it is equal to the size of the angle DCE because they're vertically opposite angles. They're meeting in the X shape. We're going to show that the size of the angle BAC is equal to the size of the angle CDE because they're alternate angles. You might see the Z shape in there. And similarly, we can say that angles ABC and angles DCDE are alternate angles as well because of the Z shape. Let me just draw it in once there. Because of the Z shape. So you can see these are equal to each other. We could have also said here, instead of saying alternate angles, we could have said they're the third angles in both cases. So we have three matching pairs of angles. So therefore, we're dealing with similar triangles. That was a 10-mark question. The second part is to show that AC divided by AC divided by CE is equal to BC divided by CD. Well, because we know the triangles are similar, we know that the sides are in proportion in order. So therefore, I can say, well, the corresponding sides are in proportion, and straight away I can just answer the question. So if I know my theorems, I can say, well, AC divided by CE is equal to BC divided by CD. And it was simple as that for 10 marks. So you could say we went into more detail in the marking scheme, but that's perfectly fine there for 10 marks. So after picking up those easy 20 marks, we now just have to find the orthocenter of this obtuse triangle. And we must show all the constructions clearly. So all we have to do is construct any two altitudes of the triangle. So what do? You go from any of the vertices and you go across to the opposite side and you hit that opposite side at 90 degrees. That's your altitude. So you can see the first one there going through the vertex D. Now it's not quite as easy to construct either of the other two altitudes because of the fact that it's the obtuse triangle. So what we do is we continue on those side lengths through CD, we continue on down here, and through ED, we continue on over here. And that helps us to construct our next altitude, because what I can do is I go from and through the vertex C and down to the opposite side, hitting it at 90 degrees. And it just so happens that in this case, that's going to be outside of the actual triangle itself. But I'm going down hitting it at 90 degrees here, that side DE. But as we can see, it's outside of the triangle. And now all I need to do to find my orthocenter is find the place where the altitudes intersect each other. And at this instance here, we're down here at this point. And that is my orthocenter. So that was 10 marks. So for some people, you'll know it, you'll have it, no problem. And for other people, if you haven't practiced that one, you just probably had to leave it go. And what would I say? I'm going to say that possibly was, it's going to be the shortest of the recordings. Does that make it the shortest of the questions? It might possibly do so. So what the advice coming from it would be, don't write off geometry, particularly if you're going for the top grades. Okay, let's move on to the problem solving questions.